The announcement tears through Mount Mercy Hospital like a death sentence. Inside the room, alarms scream. A man's body convulses violently against the restraints, his heart racing so fast it looks ready to burst straight through his chest. Doctors surround the bed, some of the best in the country. Specialists flown in at midnight. Careers built on saving impossible cases. None of them can stop this. The man on the bed is Dae-sung Cho. Officially, he's a Korean national admitted under a false name. Unofficially, entire districts once went silent when he spoke. For 4 days, his body has been attacking itself. Every 6 hours. Like clockwork. Seizures. Sudden calm. Then chaos all over again. His fingernails have turned black. His breath carries a strange, sweet smell. 100 doctors have examined him. Every test run. Every theory exhausted. And now they're out of time. Just outside the glass doors, a janitor slows his cleaning cart. 71 years old. Gray hair pulled neatly back. A navy uniform that makes him invisible in a room full of white coats. Min-yoon Park. He's cleaned this ICU for 5 years. Mopped blood off floors. Wiped tears from chairs after families were told the worst. No one has ever asked his opinion. But the moment the air drifts out of ICU room 7, he stops. The smell hits him first. Sweet. Wrong. Familiar. Min-joon grips the handle of his cart as another seizure racks the man inside. He watches the monitor spike. Sees the blackened nails. The pattern repeating exactly as his memory screams at him. 30 years ago. Seoul. A locked laboratory and a brilliant researcher found dying on the floor. Same convulsions. Same discoloration. Same sweet breath. Back then, they figured it out too late. Inside the room, the seizure finally breaks. The man goes limp. A doctor exhales. Someone whispers a prayer. But Min-joon doesn't relax. Because this is the calm before the next collapse. Inside, Dr. Richard Wells, chief of medicine, stares at the monitors with hollow eyes. 40 years in hospitals like this. Harvard on his wall. Authority in every word he speaks. And still, nothing. We're losing him, Wells says quietly. Prepare the transfer. Let Metro General take over. The sentence lands like a verdict. Min-joon steps forward. He taps gently on the glass. A nurse turns, irritation flashing across her face. Sir, cleaning is after rounds. I'm sorry, Min-joon says softly, his accent thick but his voice steady. Please, I think I know what's wrong with him. The room goes silent for half a second. Then the nurse scoffs. This is a restricted area, she says. You need to leave. Min-joon looks past her. At the man dying on the bed. At the clock counting down to the next seizure. I've seen this before, he insists. If you don't act. Security, the nurse snaps. Min-joon doesn't raise his voice. Doesn't argue. He just says one last thing. The next seizure will come in less than 6 minutes. Everyone freezes. The monitors beep steadily. 5 minutes later, Dae-sung Cho's body jerks violently against the restraints. Alarms explode. Doctors shout. And for the first time that night, they look at the cleaner.
Seat 14A. Maya found her window seat and stuffed her carry-on overhead. The baby's father was 3 rows back. She could hear Jay, the man had murmured his name in the terminal, starting to fuss again. She opened her book. Not her problem now. She'd helped in a moment of crisis. End of story. Jay's cries intensified. Maya stared at the same sentence 5 times. Miss? A flight attendant appeared, professional smile strained. The gentleman in 17B wondered if you might, he said you were able to calm his son. Maya looked past her. The man, she still didn't know his name, held Jay awkwardly, trying to replicate her technique. Getting it wrong. The pat-pat pause was too fast. The humming too high. Every passenger in the surrounding rows was shooting daggers with their eyes. Please, the flight attendant said quietly. It's a 2-hour flight. Maya unbuckled her seatbelt. The man's relief was almost painful to watch. I don't know how you did it, he said as Maya settled into the empty middle seat beside him. First class was half empty, corporate travel budget seats the company hadn't filled. I've tried everything. You were doing it right, Maya said, taking Jay. Instant calm. Just too fast. It's supposed to mimic a resting heartbeat, not an anxious one. She demonstrated. His eyes tracked every movement. I'm Miho, he said. Lee Miho. Maya. Wells. Her married name. She'd taken Derek's last name in the divorce just to have something different from her maiden name. From the name in the FBI files as Dr. Maya Torres, expert witness. Is pediatrics what you do? Miho asked. Professionally. Trauma specialist. Infant attachment, specifically. She kept her eyes on Jay. Babies who've experienced loss, separation, medical trauma. He lost his mother. Miho's voice went flat. 4 months ago. Childbirth complications. Maya's chest tightened. I'm sorry. He doesn't remember her. Which somehow makes it worse. His hand hovered over Jay's head, then settled gently on the dark hair. He cries like he's searching for something he never had. He's searching for regulation, Maya said softly. Babies co-regulate with their primary caregiver. He's trying to find his baseline. In English, he's looking for someone to teach his nervous system what safe feels like. Miho's eyes met hers. That's what you just did. That's what you can do. I'll show you. The flight passed in low murmurs. Maya teaching, Miho learning. How to hold. How to breathe. How to let his own heartbeat calm his son's. Jay slept on her chest while Miho practiced the rhythm on his own palm. You're good at this, Maya said. I have to be. I'm all he has. They exchanged numbers as the plane descended. In case the technique stops working, Miho said. Maya typed his number into her phone. And saw the notification waiting. FBI briefing materials uploaded. Review before testimony. She opened the file. Saw the photo. Lee Miho. Suspected head of West Coast operations. Armed and dangerous. The man holding his sleeping son 3 inches from her shoulder. "36 hours before the crisis. Sarah Park reviews the chart with growing unease. Patient, Cho, Dae-sung. Age 58. Korean national. No known medical history. No emergency contacts listed. Except there are 6 men in expensive suits stationed outside ICU room 7. Not family. Not friends. Bodyguards. Dr. Park, Dr. Wells appears beside her, voice low. A word. They step into the consultation room. Wells closes the door, which he never does. Do you know who that is? Wells asks. Sarah shakes her head. Wells pulls up a news article on his tablet. Korean organized crime leader arrested in Seoul, 2019. Suspected in 14 murders. Extradited to U.S., 2023, for racketeering. Currently awaiting trial. The photo matches their patient exactly. Dae-sung Cho. He runs one of the largest Korean crime syndicates on the East Coast, Wells continues. That business trip that landed him here. Probably a hit attempt. We don't know what's wrong with him, but someone clearly wanted him dead. Sarah's stomach turns. Last year, this hospital treated 3 victims of a Korean gang shooting. One was a teenage girl hit by crossfire outside her family's restaurant. Sarah held that girl's hand while she died. The investigation pointed to Cho's organization. I need you on this case, Wells says. You speak Korean. You understand the culture. We need every advantage to figure out what's happening to him. Sir, Sarah's hands clench. I don't know if I can. You're a doctor, Dr. Park. We treat everyone equally. Do we? The words escape before Sarah can stop them. We treat everyone equally, but some patients get 6 bodyguards and legal immunity from prosecution while they're in our care. Wells' expression hardens. Your personal feelings about the patient don't change your Hippocratic oath. You swore to save lives. All lives. The words hit like a slap. He's right. She knows he's right. But knowing and feeling are different countries. Assemble the best team, Wells continues. Toxicology, neurology, infectious disease, internal medicine. I want answers in 24 hours. Sarah returns to room 7. Cho lies motionless on the bed. Machines breathe for him. IVs drip into his veins. Without the context, he's just another dying patient. But context changes everything. Dr. Michael Torres from neurology arrives first. Initial CT shows no structural abnormalities. No bleeding, no tumor, no stroke. Dr. Jennifer Kim from toxicology follows. Standard drug screen negative. We've sent comprehensive tox panels to the lab. 12 specialists cycle through over the next 6 hours. Every test comes back negative. It's as if Cho's body is shutting down for no reason. There has to be something, Sarah mutters, reviewing labs for the 4th time. Outside the glass, Min-jun mops the hallway floor. He's been moving in slow circles for 20 minutes, staying close to room 7. Watching. Listening. Through the open door, he hears the doctors listing symptoms. Cyclical seizures every 6 hours. Bradycardia alternating with tachycardia. Sweet-smelling breath, cause unknown. Discoloration under the fingernails, not trauma-related. Min-jun's mop stops moving. His blood runs cold. He knows these symptoms. Every single one. He saw them 30 years ago in a research lab in Seoul. A colleague poisoned by his own experiment. Min-jun saved that man's life using traditional medicine. But he was a doctor then. Now he's invisible. The cafe was neutral territory. Public. Safe. Maya arrived 15 minutes early, chose a table near the exit, kept her back to the wall. Old habits from the protective detail training the FBI made expert witnesses take. Miho arrived exactly on time. Jay in a carrier against his chest, designer diaper bag over his shoulder. He looked different in daylight. Less intimidating. More human. Dark jeans, black sweater, no coat despite the Portland drizzle. Jay saw her and made a small sound. Not crying. Recognition. He knows you, Miho said, wonder in his voice. Babies have excellent memory for people who make them feel safe. Miho ordered green tea. She got black coffee. They sat in the corner booth and for 10 minutes talked about nothing important. Sleep schedules. Developmental milestones. The best bottle warmers. Normal conversation. Then Jay started fussing. Maya automatically reached out. Miho handed him over without hesitation. Complete trust. I've been through 4 nannies, Miho said quietly. They all quit. Said Jay was too difficult. Too traumatized. One suggested I institutionalize him until he was older. Maya's hands tightened protectively around the baby. He's not difficult. He's grieving. That's what I told them. Miho's voice went rough. My wife, Yuna, she was everything. Smart. Fierce. Beautiful. She wanted this baby more than anything. And then. He stopped. Breathed. Continued. Placental abruption. Emergency C-section. They saved Jay. They couldn't save her. I'm so sorry. Everyone's sorry. No one helps. He looked at her directly. Except you. You helped. Why? Maya thought about that. Because I know what it's like to lose everything and still have to function. To smile and work and pretend you're okay when you're drowning. You lost someone. My marriage. My career, almost. Different kind of loss, but. She shrugged. Loss is loss. They sat in silence. Jay had fallen asleep in Maya's arms, his breathing deep and even. I know this is forward, Miho said. But would you consider helping me? Teaching me how to do what you do? I can pay whatever. I don't want money. Then what do you want? Maya looked at the baby in her arms. Thought about the trial in 4 days. About the testimony that would help dismantle Miho's organization. About the cognitive dissonance of holding the child of the man she was about to destroy. I want to help Jay, she heard herself say. That's all. Then help us. Please. Come to my home. Show me what he needs. You said consistency matters, give us that. This was wrong on every level. 1 session, Maya said. Tomorrow. 1 hour. I teach you everything I know, and then you're on your own. Relief flooded Miho's face. Thank you. He wrote his address on a napkin. Maya took it. Recognized the street name from the surveillance reports. She was walking into the lion's den. And the worst part? She wanted to. The estate was exactly what the FBI files described. Iron gates. Stone walls. Security cameras visible on every corner. A man in a dark suit opened the gate, spoke into a radio, nodded her through. Maya's palms sweated on the steering wheel. This was reconnaissance, she told herself. She'd see the layout. Confirm the security. Report back to Chen. That's all. Miho met her at the front door. Jay on his hip, reaching immediately for Maya. Welcome, Miho said. The interior shocked her. She'd expected cold. Austere. Criminal. Instead, warmth. Wood floors covered in soft rugs. Photos everywhere, Miho and a beautiful woman, her hand on a pregnant belly. The same woman holding an ultrasound photo. A nursery visible through an open door, painted soft gray with hand-painted clouds on the ceiling. Yuna decorated it, Miho said, catching her staring. Before. She had very specific ideas about what our son should see when he woke up. The nursery was a haven. Rocking chair by the window. Bookshelf full of Korean and English children's books. A sound machine playing Gentle Rain. Everything chosen with love. Not the headquarters of a criminal empire. The home of a father who'd lost everything. Maya spent an hour teaching. Infant massage techniques. Sleep regression protocols. How to recognize different cries. Miho absorbed everything, asked intelligent questions, practiced on Jay with surprising gentleness. "You're a natural," Maya said. "I'm terrified," Miho admitted. "Every moment. That I'll do something wrong. That I'll fail him the way I failed Yuna." "You didn't fail her. I should have known something was wrong. Should have insisted she see a different doctor. Should have," his voice broke. Jay whimpered. "Breathe," Maya said softly. "He feels your anxiety. Match my breathing." They stood together, breathing in sync. Jay between them. The moment stretched, intimate and fragile. Miho's phone rang. He glanced at it, expression shifting. "I'm sorry. I have to take this. Business." "Of course." He stepped into the hallway. Spoke in rapid Korean. Maya heard enough, her language training from the FBI case prep kicked in. Words like shipment and payment and Thursday night. Thursday. The night before her testimony. She shouldn't snoop. She should leave right now. Instead, she noticed the photo frame on the dresser. Picked it up. Yuna. Smiling. Wearing an FBI windbreaker. Maya's heart stopped. She looked closer. Zoomed in. Saw the badge clipped to Yuna's belt. Special Agent Yuna Park. The woman Miho married. The mother of his child. Had been FBI. Maya grabbed her phone. Searched the FBI database with shaking hands. Found the file. Agent Yuna Park. Deep cover operative. Assigned to infiltrate Baekdu organization. Status, deceased. Compromised by rival faction during pregnancy. Cover maintained until death. Miho's wife hadn't just died in childbirth. She died because someone discovered she was federal. Find something interesting. Maya spun. Miho stood in the doorway. Face unreadable. Eyes locked on the photo in her hand. On the FBI jacket visible in the frame. She was beautiful, Maya said carefully. Set the frame down. "I'm sorry. I shouldn't have." FBI. Miho's voice was flat. "You recognized the jacket." Maya's pulse hammered. Don't lie to me." He stepped into the room. Not threatening. Just, tired. "You know what that jacket means. Which means you're either law enforcement or you know someone who is. The truth or a lie." Maya had 1 second to choose. "I work with the FBI sometimes," she said. Technical truth. Consulting. Pediatric trauma cases involving children in criminal investigations. Miho studied her. "That's all. That's all." He seemed to believe her. Or wanted to. "They sent her in," he said quietly. 3 years ago. She was supposed to gather evidence. Build a case. Instead. He looked at Jay, sleeping in the bassinet. "Instead we fell in love. She got pregnant. Tried to extract herself from the operation. What happened? The Park family found out. Rival faction. They've wanted to destroy us for years. They killed her to send a message." His hands clenched. Made it look like childbirth complications. "But I know. I know what they did." Maya's mind raced. The FBI file said nothing about this. Nothing about Yuna Park being murdered by a rival faction. Did you tell the FBI? Who do you think I've been feeding information to for 4 months? Miho's smile was bitter. Every shipment. Every meeting. Every account number. I'm burning my family's empire to the ground to get revenge for Yuna. You're the informant. I'm the informant. He looked at her directly. Does that change things? Does that make me less of a criminal in your eyes? Yes. No. Maya didn't know. Why are you telling me this? Because I'm tired of lying. Miho moved to the window. Because Jay deserves better than a father who lives in shadows. And because. He turned back. Because you're the first person in 4 months who's made me feel like maybe I can survive this. Maya should leave. Should call Chen. Should report everything. Instead, she said, what happens when your family finds out? They kill me. They kill Jay. Simple. Factual. Terrifying. And the FBI doesn't care. I'm useful until I'm not. Then I'm just another criminal who knew too much. Her phone buzzed. Text from Chen, trial moved to tomorrow. 9 a.m. Judge's emergency scheduling. Be ready. Tomorrow. Not Friday. Tomorrow. I have to go, Maya said. Will you come back? She looked at Jay. At Miho. At the photo of Yuna in her FBI jacket. I don't know. Driving home, Maya pulled over twice to steady her breathing. Called Chen. The wife, Maya said. Yuna Park. She was killed by a rival faction. He's the informant. Lee Miho is your source. Silence. Then, impossible. Our informant is, Chen stopped. I can't discuss that with you. Sarah. Tomorrow I testify about financial structures. Those accounts, they're how he's feeding you information, aren't they? If I connect them in court, I expose him. Then don't connect them. That's perjury. That's staying alive. See you at 9, Torres. Chen hung up. Maya sat in her car and made the most dangerous decision of her life.
For hours before the crisis. 3:47 a.m. The ICU is quiet. Skeleton crew. Sarah's shift ended at midnight. Mrs. Cho's money bought what money always buys. Access. 2 bodyguards create a human wall outside room 7. To any nurse passing by, they're just worried family members keeping vigil. Inside, Minjun stands over Cho's unconscious body. His hands shake slightly. 40 years of medicine. 5 years of forced retirement. All culminating in this moment. He closes his eyes, centers himself, then begins the examination he was trained to perform. Traditional medicine diagnosis uses different senses, different knowledge. Minjun places 3 fingers on Cho's wrist, not checking a simple pulse. Performing Makejin traditional pulse diagnosis. He feels 6 distinct positions along the radial artery. Each position corresponds to different organ systems. The pulse is wiry, rapid, and intermittently disappearing. Classic aconite poisoning presentation. Next, he examines Cho's tongue using a penlight. Pale body, purple coating on the sides, deep cracks in the center. Yang deficiency complicated by toxic invasion. He checks the fingernails closely under the light. The black discoloration extends from the nail bed in a specific pattern, more concentrated on the left hand than the right. That asymmetry tells him something crucial. The poison entered through ingestion, not injection. Left side concentration suggests liver processing patterns. Minjun leans close to Cho's face, inhales carefully. There, the distinctive sweet almond scent. But underneath it, something else. A bitter note. His medical mind works like a diagnostic engine, not just aconite, specifically Aconitum carmichelii that's been improperly processed. The bitter undertone suggests the roots weren't boiled long enough to convert the toxic aconitine into safer benzoylacanine compounds. This wasn't accidental poisoning from traditional medicine gone wrong. This was intentional. Someone gave Cho raw or minimally processed aconite root, knowing it would kill him slowly and defy Western medical detection. Minjun pulls out his phone, opens his encrypted medical notes app. He documents everything in Korean. Patient presentation consistent with acute aconitine toxicity, 72 to 96 hours post-exposure. Cyclical seizure activity indicates late-stage cardiotoxicity. Estimated 24 to 48 hours until fatal cardiac arrhythmia without intervention. Treatment protocol: immediate administration of glycyrrhiza uralensis decoction, 200 g dried root, prepared as concentrated decoction, concurrent activated charcoal 50 g, to bind remaining toxins. Atropine as needed for bradycardia. Continuous cardiac monitoring for arrhythmia management. The door opens. Minjun spins around. Sarah stands there, frozen in shock. Dad? What the hell are you doing? She's not supposed to be here. Her shift is over. Sarah, I can explain. You're examining a patient. After I explicitly told you. She stops, seeing his phone, his concentrated expression. Oh my God, you're documenting findings. You're actually trying to diagnose him. He has aconite poisoning. I'm certain. The treatment is... Stop. Sarah's voice breaks. Just stop. This is insane. The bodyguards shift nervously outside. Sarah steps inside, closes the door. Dad, please. You can't do this. They'll fire you. They'll investigate me. My career. Your career versus his life. Minjun says quietly. That's the choice. That's not fair. Medicine is never fair. It's only necessary. Sarah's eyes fill with tears. Why are you doing this? He's a criminal. Killer. Why risk everything for him? Minjun meets his daughter's gaze. Because I took an oath, he says simply. And because if I don't, you'll watch him die knowing someone in this hospital could have saved him. Someone who isn't recognized, isn't licensed, isn't. The monitors shriek. Cho's body begins seizing violently. Alarms scream. Heart rate 240. Blood pressure crashing. The crisis has arrived early. Sarah freezes. Minjun moves.
Chen's temporary office was a converted supply closet. She closed the door. Crossed her arms. You knew. I suspected, Maya said. You had contact with an active investigation subject and didn't report it. I'm reporting it now. After testifying. After potentially contaminating the entire case. Chen's jaw tightened. The prosecutor wants to charge you with obstruction. I didn't obstruct. I testified truthfully. You were about to commit perjury. I saw your face when they asked about those accounts. Maya said nothing. Here's what happens next, Chen said. Lee Miho will testify against the remaining members of both families. In exchange, he gets immunity and witness protection. His cooperation bought him freedom. And Jay goes with him. New identities. New city. You never see them again. Maya's heart cracked. That's it. That's it. Unless, Chen paused. Unless the Park family finds out about the cooperation before we can move them. Then they become targets. How would the Park family find out? Someone talks. Someone always talks. Chen's eyes were hard. Which is why you're going into protective custody until the trials are complete. We can't risk Park's associates targeting you to get to Miho. I'm not in danger. You are now. Park's son made bail an hour ago. He's claiming you and Miho are in a relationship. That you compromised the case to protect him. That's insane. Is it? You met him multiple times. Went to his home. held his child in this courthouse. Chen leaned forward. It doesn't matter if it's true. It matters that they believe it. And if they believe it, you're leverage. Maya's phone buzzed. Unknown number. Message, we have something that belongs to Miho. If he wants it back, he knows what to do. Attachment, photo of Jay. In a car. Strange hands holding him. Maya's vision blurred. Oh God. Chen grabbed the phone. Read the message. Her face went white. When? I don't know. He was with Miho 5 minutes ago. Chen ran. Maya followed. They found Miho in the hallway outside the courtroom. Surrounded by agents. Frantic. He was right here, Miho kept saying. The nanny took him to change his diaper. She didn't come back. I went to check, the bathroom was empty. She's gone. Jay's gone. Chen showed him the message. Miho's face went dead. They want me to surrender. You can't, Chen said. The moment you do, they kill you and Jay both. Then what do I do? We negotiate. We. They don't negotiate. Miho's control shattered. This is Park's son. He watched his father get arrested because of my testimony. He doesn't want negotiation. He wants blood. Maya's phone buzzed again. Message, midnight. Warehouse district. Miho comes alone and unarmed, or the baby dies. No FBI. No tricks. We'll know. Message, oh, and bring the doctor. The one who lied for him in court. She started this. She can watch it end. Chen grabbed Maya's arm. You're not going. They asked for me specifically. It's a trap. I don't care. Maya pulled free. Looked at Miho. That's my baby too. The words hung in the air. Miho's eyes filled with tears. Maya. We're getting him back, Maya said. Whatever it takes. The warehouse smelled like rust and rain. Maya wore a wire. FBI tracker in her shoe. Chen's team positioned 3 blocks away, close enough to respond, far enough to avoid detection. Miho stood beside her. Unarmed, as demanded. His face was stone but his hands shook. If something happens, he said quietly, get Jay out. Promise me. Nothing's happening. Promise me. I promise. They walked into the warehouse together. Park Jun-woo waited in the center. 25. Expensive suit. Gun visible at his hip. And behind him, on a chair. Jay. In a car seat. Sleeping. Maya's whole body screamed to run to him. Miho's hand caught her wrist. Wait. Touching, Jun-woo said. The criminal and the doctor. My father said you two were working together. I didn't believe him. But here you are. You have me, Miho said. Let them go. Let them go. Jun-woo laughed. No. See, you took my father. So I take your son. Equivalent exchange. Your father killed Yuna. Your wife was FBI. Jun-woo's composure cracked. She infiltrated our world. Used you. Got pregnant to secure her cover. She deserved what she got. Miho moved. Faster than Maya had ever seen anyone move. Jun-woo's gun came up. The shot was deafening in the enclosed space. Miho staggered. Clutched his shoulder. Kept moving forward. Stop or the next one goes in his head. Jun-woo's gun swung toward Jay. Miho froze. Maya's heart stopped. Jun-woo smiled. That's better. Now. Maya started singing. The lullaby. The one she taught Miho. Loud. Clear. Echoing off the warehouse walls. Jay woke. And screamed. Junwoo flinched at the sound. Looked down for half a second. Miho lunged. Tackled him. The gun skittered across the floor. FBI agents crashed through the doors. Federal agents. Get down. But Junwoo had a knife. Pressed it to Miho's throat. Everyone stop or he dies. The agents froze. Maya could reach Jay. Could grab him and run. That's what Miho had made her promise. Instead, she picked up Junwoo's fallen gun. Pointed it at him with shaking hands. Let him go. Junwoo laughed. You won't shoot me. You're right. Maya adjusted her aim. Pointed at the floor next to his foot. But I'll shoot near you. Loud noise. Chaos. In the confusion, those agents will put you down. Is your revenge worth dying? Junwoo's eyes narrowed. You're bluffing. Maya pulled the trigger. The shot went wide. Exactly as she'd intended. But the sound was enormous. Agents moved. Junwoo released Miho. Tried to run. Chen's team took him down. Maya dropped the gun. Ran to Jay. Lifted him from the car seat. Held him against her chest as he wailed. You're safe. You're safe. I've got you. Miho stumbled over. Blood soaking his shoulder. Wrapped his good arm around both of them. You didn't run, he whispered. I couldn't. Paramedics swarmed. FBI securing the scene. Chen pulling Maya aside for debrief. But for just one moment, the three of them stood together. Broken. Terrified. Alive. A family.
One hour after treatment begins. Minjun works with steady hands in the ICU medication room. 200 grams of dried Glycyrrhiza urulensis root boils in filtered water. The scent fills the room. Sweet, distinctive, medicinal. Wells watches through the glass. He's called the hospital's legal team, the ethics committee, the board of directors. Everyone is terrified of liability. No one is stopping the treatment. Sarah monitors Cho in room 7, adjusting cardiac leads, documenting every vital sign change. Mrs. Cho watches from the hallway, motionless as a statue. 90 minutes of boiling. Minjun strains the decoction through sterile mesh, produces 500 milliliters of concentrated dark liquid. This looks like something from a medieval apothecary, Dr. Torres observes. Medicine is older than pharmaceutical companies, Minjun replies. He administers the first 50 milliliters dose through Cho's nasogastric tube, combined with 50 g activated charcoal. Atropine standing by for cardiac emergencies. Then they wait. 10 minutes. 15. 20. Cho's heart rate stabilizes slightly. 110 beats per minute, down from 140. Could be coincidence, Wells mutters. 30 minutes. The black discoloration under Cho's fingernails begins fading to purple. That's not coincidence, Dr. Kim whispers. 40 minutes. Cho's eyelids flutter. Sarah leans close. Mr. Cho? Can you hear me? A weak groan. First voluntary sound in 4 days. The room holds its breath. 50 minutes. Cho opens his eyes. Confused. Disoriented. But conscious. 당신은 어디 있어요? He whispers in Korean. Where am I? Sarah responds in Korean. You're in the hospital. You were poisoned. You're going to be okay. Cho's eyes focus on Minjun, still in his custodial uniform. Who? Cho's voice is barely audible. The man who saved your life, Sarah says. Mrs. Cho rushes in, grabs her husband's hand, tears streaming. The monitors show stable rhythms. Blood pressure normalizing. Temperature dropping to safe ranges. Dr. Wells checks the readings 3 times. I don't even have words, he says. Over the next 2 hours, Minjun administers 3 more doses. Each one brings Cho back further from death. By hour 4, Cho is sitting up, drinking water, speaking clearly. By hour 8, his cardiac rhythms are completely normal. Confirmation testing comes back 24 hours later. Blood samples show aconitine levels consistent with acute poisoning. The glycyrrhizin treatment successfully displaced the toxin. Minjun saved his life using knowledge Western medicine didn't recognize.